Good morning, interwebs. It is 7:37 in the evening. I thought, I should probably pick up the vlog for the day because I hadn't yet. Here, let me spin. That way you can look at something pretty instead of my door. How's that? Better? Okay. So, what have I done today? Today, I woke up to my alarm. Actually, I woke up a little before my alarm because the sun beating in through my window because we'd had the curtain pulled back because the breeze felt so nice last night. Well, this morning it turned into sunshine and it was very, very warm. Luckily, Steve had already gotten up, so I just rolled into his space, which was in the part of the bed that was not in a sunbeam, and it was nice and cool. Also, nobody had been laying in it for a bit because he was out for his run, so it was nice and cool over there. So that was good. I also woke up to a tap, tap, tapping sound. I could not identify which bird it was because it wasn't a bird. My uncle has somebody here doing some work on the old granary over by where he parks his trailer when he comes up, and they were hammering a lot. And it was loud, and at a very odd interval because they were hammering with like handheld hammers. A lot of times, you know, when you hear construction-y work, it's like pneumatic guns and stuff. Oh no, these guys were at it by hand because they were tearing apart the old stuff and then adding new stuff onto the old construction. Yeah, I believe when Steve was talking to the guy, he made some comment about you can't make silk out of spider webs. That's kind of what was happening, but it's looking very nice. And then I took my 8-year-old to the library so that my 8-year-old could go to her reading program where they do zero reading. I don't understand having library programs that do not center on books. It bothers me. But she is doing plenty of reading, and she is getting all of the incentives that come with the idea of reading. Not that she needs an incentive. Getting her nose out of a book is very, very difficult. I remember that time. I was the same way, and some of the books she's reading are the very same ones that had me completely enthralled as an 8-year-old as well. And today we were watching Big Brother, and there was a Triscuit commercial on that has a New Kids on the Block song covered by somebody else. And my daughter's like, "That's a cool song." So Steve and I were like, should we get her some New Kids on the Block music? So maybe we'll get her a New Kids CD. I never had one. I was just like in that age right between where I'd listened to New Kids on the Block when they were around. I actually had a little pink sweatsuit with like the New Kids faces on it because my aunt bought it because she thought it was like something the young kids lacked. I was not one of those young kids, but I did wear it and I liked it. And for a long time my mom always kept like a grocery bag with extra clothes in the car in case like you were somewhere and you got sick or you spilled or you sat in a puddle, or I had lots of things over the years happen. So there's always an extra pair of underwear and a full change of clothes for me in the car, including socks. And that was for a long time the main outfit that was in there was the New Kids on the Block sweatsuit set. And I did wear it a few times purely because it was in the car. Anyways, we went to the library. I did school with my 5-year-old. That went good. Then he played with these magnet blocks, and I was reading a really good graphic novel, which I didn't check out. I'll just read some more next time we're there. Then we came home. First we went to Walmart, where I bought pizza, and I bought no yarn. I did check the aisle, and all the little spots where I bought my 25-cent yarn were still empty, but there was no more yarn out. Because I was like, you know, for 25-cent yarn, I should really check and see if, like, they had any more, or... Anyways. But I looked, even though I was not intending to buy anything, unless the other caveat to my Stash Dive July idea is anything that is 83% off, which is how much the cotton yarn was. If I can find something that I would legitimately use and it's 83% off, I'll probably buy it. Anyways, came home, I bought some pizzas while we were there. Steve was out in the garden, he finished his gardening stuff up, then came in and cooked the pizzas. We ate. And then everybody took a big giant nap. Bugs. And you can also hear it. They're out. Well, I don't think you can see. There's people in the field, diagonal, that are out dragging fields because they've already harvested and now they're tilling. And anyways, they're out doing work. And it's nice today. It's a little humid, but not terrible. And I think once the sun goes down, it might be a little better. But I'm sure it's a very nice night at the pool for Steve and the kids, though it's quite likely a very crowded night based on time of year. So I'm glad that I'm here and not there. I have worked on the We Hook Wednesday pouch and the pattern and stuff. I need to go finish filming that, and then I will get that up. Okay, going to go film, even though, I don't know, just not really feeling it, but I need to do it. And it's nice that I now have my area that I like to film the tutorials is now cleaned up again. So I can get to it, which makes filming the tutorials much, much easier. Because I know how to set it all up, which is honestly half the battle of most of the things I film, is figuring out where to put the stupid camera. So, okay. Oh, you got a little smudgy on you. Hope I don't look too smudgy. I'll see you all in a bit. So it is late. I'm headed to bed here shortly, but I thought I would show you what I got done in here after Steve went to bed. So, after the kids went to bed, Steve and I watched some more Shameless, and then he went to sleep, and I came in here and I worked on cleaning the closet. Kendra from the future, I showed you this closet last night, but you couldn't see it in the footage, so I'm going to explain real quick what's in here. So, in the back, there's some folding chairs. That box down there has like our gift wrap bags and stuff that we reuse over and over and over. There's a couple of boxes of my crocheted product. A folding table that we like never ever use, but I feel like we should just keep it because it might come in handy. And also, this is a poker table cover that I think we used once. We hope to use in the future. Steve's water ski. In the back is the bag with my daughter's sewing machine in it. Vacuum cleaner. And then, this is what I spent a lot of my time doing, which is I took hangers, and I took things that are going to become project bags, and I put linings and fabrics together, and I hung them that way, and then I kind of hung them by like categories. So, those are all just hanging out, waiting for me to get them made up into bags. And that's the closet in the daylight. Back to your regularly scheduled nighttime program. Still didn't do much for the giant stack of fabric here. It did clear off some space for the fabric that had been in here, but it's just a process of moving things around until they're all in the right places, and I kind of like that idea. We're going to see how that whole hanging system works, and I'll keep you up to date. Then, I had pulled out paper last night, scrapbooking paper, because I wanted to work on the giant monstrosity that is like my yarn storage. These boxes free from Steve's work. They were going to throw them in the trash. I've done vlogs about that before. And so they're all full. They're not actually, the drawers are not full, but they're sorted by type of yarn. So I took scrapbooking paper and I've been cutting it down to glue it on the front. So I've been taking Elmer's glue all and spreading it on with a paintbrush, and I had already cut out the little notches, put the pieces in, set them all up like that. So that's at least I'm going to put on there for now. When I was asking Steve what he thought I should do to cover them, because they look kind of icky and they have writing on them, and I do ultimately want to like label them with what's in them. But I just want them to make like more of a color scheme and match, and everything I'm doing is kind of to match this blue-green carpet, which has been here since the 70s. So it's still here until we at some point put flooring in the bottom floor of our house, and when we do that, it will change. But these are colors that I like, so it's all kind of blue and greeny. Steve's suggestion was, why don't you take all those coloring pages that you like doing so much but feel like you have no use for, and put those on your boxes, which I think I ultimately will do, but we're talking about it, and I was like, I just need to put something on there to be a base to cover them all, and then over time, I think that's a cool idea. I also think it's a cool idea to try and maybe like put the colors that kind of match, because I have things separated by like types of colors, like reds and pinks and orange and yellow and green and blue, you know, that sort of thing. So that I think might be what I do eventually, but for right now, I'm just putting the papers on. Got my paper cutter out and cutting things up. So I think I'm going to do at least one more of these, wash my brush out, clean things up, and then I'm headed to bed. I'll see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.